Okay, welcome everyone. Build Out here. Super excited about this presentation. In this presentation, it's called the Project Recovery Process. How do you turn around a project? Hi everyone, Build Out here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to dive into one of the most challenging aspects of project management, and it's really turning around a failed project. Something I've done for years and years. Whether you're knee-deep in project that's going off the rails or just prepared for the future, this video will guide you through a 3-step process on how to do project recovery. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself. My name is Bill Dow. If you've not watched any of my videos, I have 30 plus years of hands-on experience in the project management industry. Over the last 20 years, I've ran 10 PMOs across 4 different companies. I love this stuff. I'm super passionate about it, and I just love it. This whole YouTube channel is really focused on PMOs and project management, and really my experiences and my background over the last 30 years. We cover topics in a lot of detail, either it's a PMO video or a project management video. I try to go deep and give you practical knowledge. But again, thanks for watching. Let's dive into this. Okay, so let's really talk about the problem here, right? Because one of the hardest things to do when you're deep into managing a project is to see precisely where it's going off the rails, right? You're so busy on the project day to day, your working issues, your working risks, you may not notice that some of the slips are occurring. Or maybe you see the problems, but you're unsure on how to recover that project. The good news is the project recovery process doesn't have to be that hard, right? You don't necessarily need a high-priced consultant to come fix this for you. You can do a lot of this yourself. So what I want to do is give you a pretty straightforward 3-step process. Number 1, step 1, determine how the project was managed. So what do we mean by that? In this step, what you're going to do is you're going to assess how the project was managed based on 4 key areas. 1, the PM methodology. What PM methodology did the project manager use? Right? Are there risks and issues current? Is their schedule current? Do they hold weekly status meetings? How are they holding the team accountable? Number 2, customer engagement. You have to assess how engaged is a customer on this project. Right? Were they actively participating? Did they not care? Did they not get involved in the meetings? Did they miss meetings? Did they go unanswered emails? Number 3, how was organizational change management held? Was there any change management methodologies or adoptions that were really driving to where they implemented, and what was done to increase adoption of this project? And then number 4 is risks, issues, and roadblocks, right? Did you identify major roadblocks, issues, risks with the development team, with your product team, with your architects, whoever the case may be, and how were they resolved or not? And who needed to fix them, right? So what I've found is using a project audit form across those 4 areas could be really helpful in really understanding how the project was executed. Step 2, determine how the development methodology was completed as well. Just like in the first step, you're going to look at 4 main areas. What development methodology was used? Did they use waterfall? Did they use Scrum or Agile? Hybrid, right? Was it effective? Did all team members play their role? Did they follow every step? What happened from a development methodology perspective? Number 2, roles and responsibility. Was there a RACI? Did you actually have a RACI in place? And did we follow the RACI? Was the RACI a one and done? Or did the project manager and project team constantly go back to that RACI? Did everyone know their roles and responsibilities? Team issues. Number 3, team issues. How did you evaluate, and did the team work well together? Right? How did that whole process work? And then number 3, again, risks, issues, and roadblocks around the development team, around the development of the project. And what were they resolved? Are they, what were they major? Did we get over them quickly? How do we handle that? Development teams can face many challenges, especially when combining waterfall and agile, right? Those are really, really tricky, that whole hybrid world that we're in. And so you want to watch for these issues as well. And it could be for a major reason that the project goes off track. Does that make sense? Okay, before I continue, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever had to recover a failing project? What strategies did you use? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'm really interested in what strategies you use to recover a failing project. Okay, step 3, determine how well the project was adopted. That could be a major fail point as well. So focusing on adoption and customer readiness is critical. And there's really 4 areas to review from that adoption. The OCM, the Organizational Change Management Methodology. Was that used from the start of the project? Was it only introduced at the end of the project? How did the project manager drive the deliverables of the Organizational Change Management Methodology throughout the life of the project? What was the customer connection? You ensure that the customers were connected throughout the project, right? Low adoption rates often result with customers not being that engaged and just sending it off to the project team to execute the work. And no engagement with the customer is a huge problem. And again, using a structured organizational change management methodology would increase that. Mandatory or optional, right? If the leadership said you were required to use that product, or did they say it was optional, right? Projects where the product or the end result is optional often has lower adoption rates as well, and that's a huge problem. Risks, issues, roadblocks, again, around the organizational change management. Were they resolved? Are there major roadblocks? Were the risks associated with adoption, were they being taken care of? Were they resolved, right? All things that you have to look at as well. So as we summarize, right, I wanted to give you those 3-step process to follow to recover a failing project. And remember, it's essential to follow a structured process when recovering a project. You can't just wing it. You got to go in there with a step-by-step process, and that's going to help you turn around a recovering project. If you like these videos, you like this types of topics, remember to subscribe, hit the bell for notification, comment below. I've got more and more PMO and project management videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Thanks.